Have you ever looked into someone's eyes and felt something you couldn't explain? That quiet pull in your chest, the sense that something about them isn't right, but you can't say why. They make you feel seen, even special, yet deep down a small voice whispers that something's off. You silence it. You tell yourself you're overthinking, but that voice is never wrong. You've felt it before, haven't you? That uneasy calm before the chaos begins. They walk into your life so easily, effortless charm, disarming words. They read you in seconds like they've known you forever, and you start to believe maybe they have. They notice what others miss, the way you fidget when you're nervous, the things you hide behind your smile. They make you feel safe enough to reveal your scars. But that's the moment it begins, the moment they start collecting pieces of you to use later. It's never obvious at first. They don't show their darkness in daylight. They move in shadows, shaping themselves into what you need most. They mirror your laughter, your dreams, your pain. You think you found someone who finally understands you, someone who gets what the world never did. But what you've really found is a reflection, a perfect illusion crafted to disarm you. Their words feel like warmth, but underneath, they're cold. They know exactly how to make you trust them, how to make you crave their approval. They'll lift you up just to see how far you'll fall. And when you do, they'll be there, pretending to catch you, just so they can drop you again. You'll start to question yourself, wondering what you did wrong, what changed, when the smiles stopped feeling real. But nothing changed. They were always this way. You just hadn't seen it yet. They won't yell or show their fangs. They don't need to. Their power is subtle, quiet, patient. They twist truths until you doubt your own memory. They make you apologize for your pain. They make you believe the problem is you. You'll find yourself walking on eggshells, analyzing every word, trying not to trigger their disappointment. That's how they win, not by breaking you all at once, but by making you do it yourself. And here's the part no one tells you. Evil doesn't always look like a monster. Sometimes it wears your favorite face. It holds your hand. It tells you it loves you. It becomes your comfort, your habit, your addiction. You stop noticing how tired you've become, how heavy your soul feels, because you're too busy trying to keep the peace, to fix what was never yours to fix. You're trapped in a cycle they designed, one built on guilt, confusion, and control. But the truth is, you already know. You've seen the cracks in their mask. You've caught the emptiness in their eyes when they smile. You've felt that chill when they say something that doesn't quite match the warmth of their tone. That's your intuition speaking, the part of you that still recognizes the difference between light and darkness. And you've been ignoring it for too long. You think walking away will destroy you, but it won't. It will save you. The pain you feel now is not love. It's withdrawal from manipulation. They taught you to equate chaos with connection, to mistake their control for care. You've been loving an illusion, and the illusion is ending. That's why it hurts. But pain is a signal, not a sentence. It's your soul trying to wake you up. Some people enter your life to teach you love. Others enter to teach you power. The ones who take everything from you, they're the ones who show you who you truly are when there's nothing left to give. That's their only gift, to reveal the strength you forgot you had. So listen to that quiet voice again, the one that warned you in the beginning. It was never trying to scare you. It was trying to save you. And this time, when it whispers, believe it. The moment you start to see the truth, everything begins to shift. The illusion starts to crumble, and what's left behind is raw, undeniable reality. It's terrifying at first to admit you were deceived, to realize that the person you trusted most was feeding off your pain. But awareness is power. The very thing they feared most was the day you would open your eyes, because once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. Once you name the darkness, it loses its grip. You start to notice the games, the way they twist words to trap you, the way they disappear when you need them most, only to return when you start to heal. You see how every apology was a strategy, not remorse. Every compliment was a hook. Every promise was bait. They've been building a cage around your mind, and for the first time you see the bars. That's when the anger comes, not the explosive kind, but the quiet, steady burn that comes from betrayal. It's not just rage, it's recognition. You realize that what they took from you wasn't love, it was control. They fed on your hope, on your willingness to see the good in people. They exploited the very thing that made you human. But here's what they never understood. Hope can be destroyed, but it can also be reborn. You can't kill light. You can only hide it, and your light is starting to rise again. You can feel it in the way you breathe deeper now, in the way your heart beats stronger when you think about freedom. Freedom doesn't come with permission. It comes with a decision, the decision to stop explaining yourself to those who never cared to understand, the decision to stop waiting for closure from someone who feeds on your confusion, the decision to walk away even when every part of you still aches for the version of them you once believed in. That version was never real. You were loving a mask, and masks always fall off eventually. When you finally step back, you'll see it clearly. The pattern that repeated in every lie, every manipulation, every moment you doubted your worth. You'll realize that what broke you was never love. It was poison disguised as care. They studied your empathy and used it as a weapon. But now that same empathy becomes your shield. Because when you understand what they are, you stop trying to save them. You start saving yourself. And that's when their power fades. The silence they use to control you becomes your peace. The distance they use to punish you becomes your protection. The memories that once haunted you become lessons carved in steel. You stop looking for revenge. You stop looking for answers. You start looking forward. And that shift, that quiet, unshakable resolve, is something no darkness can touch. You will feel the urge to go back, to reach out, to fix what's broken. That's not weakness, it's conditioning. They trained you to equate pain with love, but love doesn't drain you. Love doesn't confuse you. Love doesn't make you afraid to speak. What they gave you was control, wrapped in affection. And now that you know the difference, you'll never fall for it again. Every scar becomes a mark of survival. Every tear becomes proof that you fought your way back from something meant to destroy you. You've stared into the eyes of deception and walked away with your soul intact. That's not something everyone can do. You faced the darkness and it didn't win. So stand taller now. Speak louder. Forgive yourself for not knowing sooner. You did the best you could with the truth you had. Now you have more. Now you know what evil looks like when it wears a smile. And now you have a choice. You can carry the weight of what happened, or you can use it as fuel. Fuel to rebuild, fuel to rise. Because the devil in human form isn't your story's end. It's the moment your story truly begins. The moment you stop being the victim and start becoming the survivor. The moment you reclaim everything they tried to take. Your peace, your power, your light. And once you step into that light, they can't follow. They never could. Healing doesn't start with forgetting. It starts with remembering who you were before they convinced you to doubt yourself. That version of you still exists, the one who trusted their instincts, who believed in love without fear, who didn't flinch every time someone raised their voice. That version is waiting for you beneath the rubble of what they tried to destroy. You don't need to become someone new. You just need to come home to yourself. The truth is, you were never broken. You were bent by the weight of manipulation, twisted by lies that weren't yours to carry. But even in your weakest moments, you kept standing. That strength they never understood. They mistook your kindness for weakness, your forgiveness for foolishness. They didn't realize that surviving them would make you unstoppable, because once you've faced a human devil, there's nothing left in this world that can truly scare you. You've learned what most people never do, that evil doesn't always announce itself. It whispers, it charms, it hides behind laughter and promises, and that's why your awareness is power. You can see what others miss. You can feel the energy shift when someone's intentions turn dark. You no longer need to explain it or justify it. You trust it, because that intuition, the one they tried to silence, is your greatest weapon. Now comes the part they never expected. You rise, not as the same person they broke, but as something stronger, wiser, untouchable. You stop seeking closure from the people who shattered you. You stop replaying the conversations that never gave you peace. You stop chasing ghosts. Instead, you build boundaries that burn like firewalls around your soul. No one gets to cross without earning the right. No one gets to drain your energy just because they crave control. You stop living in reaction to their chaos and start living in alignment with your peace. Every day you rebuild, quietly, intentionally. You reclaim your time, your joy, your voice. You stop waiting for someone to rescue you because you've realized the hero you were searching for was always you. That's the truth they never wanted you to discover, that you don't need them, that their approval means nothing, that your power doesn't come from being loved by others, but from loving yourself enough to walk away from what harms you. There will still be moments when the past tries to pull you back. You'll hear their voice in your head telling you you're overreacting, that no one else will ever care like they did. But you know better now. You've seen the pattern, you've lived the cycle, and every time that old fear whispers, you'll answer with truth. You'll remind yourself that peace feels nothing like anxiety, that love doesn't drain, it restores, that anyone who tries to control you is terrified of the freedom they can't destroy. This isn't just recovery, it's rebirth. You start noticing beauty again in the smallest things. Sunlight through a window, the sound of your own laughter, the calm that comes from not explaining your worth to anyone. That's what real power feels like. Not control, not revenge, but peace, the kind that can't be taken from you, the kind that radiates from knowing you survived what was meant to break you. And with that peace comes purpose. You start to see why it all happened. You start to understand that your pain wasn't punishment, it was preparation, because now you can help others see what you couldn't. You can recognize the signs, feel the energy, stop the pattern before it begins. You become the light you once searched for, the guide you once needed, the strength you once prayed for. You're no longer defined by what they did. You're defined by how you rose from it. The devil in human form taught you everything about darkness, but he also taught you how to find your light. And now you carry that light everywhere you go. You walk into every room with quiet power. You no longer shrink to make others comfortable. You no longer explain your intuition away. You know who you are now. You know what you've endured. And you know that no darkness can touch someone who's already walked through hell and come out shining. So stand firm in that truth. Let it fuel you. Let it remind you that you are not their victim. You are the proof that even the deepest evil can't kill the human spirit. And that is what terrifies them most.